Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me. Wherever you are joining me, rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before football season starts. So we could really use your help. We know that you're out there listening because 90 or 87% of the people who are consuming the things on my channel are not subscribers. I'd love for you all to join us on a permanent basis and not just pop in on me, but I do appreciate you popping in. It's a matter of respect. And when I say it's a matter of respect, there's a couple things I've been thinking about over the weekend and into Monday and just now. Imagine, if you will, you as a journalist, you're going in and you're interviewing at a football media day. And in that media day, everybody that comes in, you refer to them, hey, good to see you, coach. Excuse me, coach. Question, coach. And then you get to a particular coach, and instead of you saying, question, coach, you go question Dion. Why? Do you know him personally? Why would you change the etiquette that you've used for every other coach in reference to one particular coach? Let's change the name. Call him Fred. Call him Tom. Call him whatever you want to call him. At the end of the day, when you're talking to a coach, it is customary to call that person coach. That is how we distinguish from the coaches and the players. You refer to the players normally by their first name when you're talking to them. Hey, Jackson. Hey, Tim. Hey, Josh. You normally refer to coaches by their moniker of coach or coach and last name. So this idea that it was okay and that people are getting upset that Deion Sanders walked out of media day because a media member called him by his first name and didn't call him coach like those media members called everybody else. To me, it says that people want to make it about Deion just as much as they think Deion wants to make it about Deion. Because at the end of the day, when he took the job at Jackson State, he took the job and he referred to himself as Coach Prime. He didn't refer to himself as Prime. He didn't refer to himself as Deion. He didn't refer to himself as Sanders. He said Coach Prime. So if somebody was to call him Coach Prime, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have a problem with it. You know why? Because that's what he's used publicly. But when we're talking about a guy who wants to garner respect as a coach and feels as if he has not received that respect as a coach from the media and from his peers within that group because he took an unconventional route and because he's bringing attention that has never been brought to HBCUs since they stopped taking HBCUs in the draft on a regular basis. I feel as if he felt some type of way about it, and this was the time for him to say it's a matter of respect. Regardless of what you believe about him or what you think his intentions are, that man is the coach. He's the head coach of Jackson State, and he deserves the right to be referred to in that manner. I, as a coach, if I was referred to as Gene in an interview, I may not get up and walk out, but I would look at that interviewee really funny, especially if we don't have a personal relationship. Now, if we had a personal relationship, if I had said, hey, call me Gene, that's a different story. But to my knowledge, that has not happened. I have not seen Coach Prime tell people, hey, call me Deion. In fact, I bet if the person would have said, hey, Prime, Deion may not have had a problem with it. But the fact that this person felt familiar enough to call Sanders by his first name, to me says, oh, well, I don't look at you as a coach. Well, if you don't look at me as a coach, then why are you talking to me for? It's time for me to leave. I've heard people I respect say, well, Deion made it about himself. Well, it's his interview. So if it's not about him, then who the hell is it about? At the end of the day, he's the man talking. So it's about him. Should he take the disrespect because it's about his kids? If there's one thing that Deion Sanders has shown, regardless of whether people want to give him credit for it or not, is that he cares about young men. Remember, he was working with young men long before he was getting paid to work with young men. He's been a mentor to many young men who've come into the NFL without asking for a dime. He's done that on his own. That's his personal mission. So to make it seem as if this man is disingenuous, you're making it about him as much as you think he's making it about him. And that's a mistake. FIBA ruled, or there was a ruling in FIBA that won't allow Nneka Ogwumike and what's her first name? Williams to participate for the Nigerian national team in the Olympics. To me, this is the dumbest, most idiotic ruling that I've seen come about. And here's why. The idea of the Olympics is to promote athletics and the unifying nature of athletics. So let's give Team USA its credit in this respect. They did not block these young ladies who had participated for them in the past from going to try to join the Nigerian team. They did that with the blessing of Team USA. So if Team USA doesn't have an issue with players leaving their organization to go play for a nation that they are actual citizens of, why should anybody else? I'll tell you why. Because when you add a Nneka Ogwumike, when you add a Chineye Ogwumike, when you add Williams, when you add any other person, Ogunbowale, I don't know if she's going to play or not because I haven't looked at the full roster, but she should. When you add those talented top-level WNBA players, or at least in Nneka and Williams' case, top-level WNBA players, all of a sudden, Nigeria is a factor. And not necessarily they're a factor to win gold, but they're a factor to win a medal. Does that hurt one of these other countries that think they have a chance to slide in for a bronze or get in there into the gold medal game against the USA that we assume will be there? Do they have a chance to upset an Australia who we assume will be there? Because we know that those two teams are kind of the class of everything, and then there's the next tier after that. So instead of promoting the game, and it makes you start to wonder if people are really serious about promoting the women's game. Because why wouldn't you want the most talented women all to converge in one tournament? There are so many talented dual citizen women sitting at home that could be playing for other countries that don't because of the rules. Well, you can only have one naturalized citizen or on your team. There's all of these rules, there's all of these restrictions that keep these teams from populating themselves with all of these talented young ladies that are in the WNBA to help grow the world brand of women's basketball. It's a matter of respect. Hakeem Olajuwon didn't have a problem at all playing for Team USA. They made that happen. I remember when Bernard Lagat came over to the United States and begin to participate for the United States after participating for another country. This is not unprecedented. This happens all the time. Why is it different now? Is it really just because you don't want to see the women's game flourish? Occam's razor says that in absence of a great answer, you go with the simplest. And the simplest is you people do not want to see the women's game flourish in basketball, especially in these African countries. That's all I can come up with, because the rest doesn't make any sense to me. It's a matter of respect. And we need to respect these ladies enough to allow them to chase their dream of playing in the Olympics, to allow them to represent countries and allow those countries to have an opportunity to compete on a level playing field with the United States and with Australia. They need to have that opportunity. They deserve to have that opportunity. They've earned that right. We need to stop letting the red tape and the rules that are antiquated and made out of the spirit of keeping people down. We need to get those things out of here. Because honestly, it just continues to make an already corrupt looking organization look even worse. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time I have on Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a couple times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Trying to get to 2,000. Until then, we'll see y'all later. Peace.